Today I want to talk about walnut oil from Appalachian Valley Natural Products and Anatolian Treasures. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about AVAT the company, and then I'm going to talk about the product itself. I'm going to give you guys some basic information and tell you my opinion of it. My name is Sharon. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you guys subscribe below and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. Okay, so let's get started. Their name is very long. Appalachian Valley Natural Products and Anatolian Treasures. I call them AVAT or AVAT. I've also heard people refer to them as AVNP. To make things even more confusing, there's another website called Ancient Healing Oils that has the same information. Now the story behind this is kind of interesting. The owner of Ancient Healing Oils is John Krosky, and he was a customer of AVAT, and the owner of that was Butch Owens. And when Butch decided to retire, he offered John the opportunity to purchase his company, and he did. And what he did, rather than joining these two companies together, he just kept them apart because they both had reputations and they had been around for a while. Now, even though he kept it as being wholesale, he's actually opened it to the public and there's no minimum order. In fact, if you purchase $35 or more, you get free shipping within the continental US. If you are outside the continental US, you can have free, shared international shipping. And I don't have any experience with this, but basically what I believe is he gives you a shipping quote and you can either accept it or not. If you accept it, then you guys share the cost of shipping, so making it cheaper for you. Something that I like about the company is that they are eco-friendly. They actually live in they're in a small town, and they use the boxes, old boxes from their local high school, and that's what they use to package their material. They are wholesale and they are very basic. If I hadn't found out about this company through a good Facebook group called Real Aromatherapy Reviews and More 2.0, I probably would think it's fake. It is very basic. Perhaps because it is wholesale, he believes, he's catering to people who know what they're doing. There's not a ton of information on his website. There's hardly any reviews on his products. Some of his products have no reviews. The ones that do have reviews have old reviews. So it just doesn't look like something that you would get when you go to Plant Therapy or Eden's Garden. It is bare bones basic. They do have social media on Instagram and Facebook. They don't keep that up that much. I know that John is older. I believe that he is in his 60s. And I believe simply because they've been around for a long time, they have a good reputation. They do have a newsletter that they put out. I don't subscribe to that. He doesn't feel the need to, bring more people in, bring more as customers. They probably have just what they can deal with. And I do like that because I know that the essential oil or the aromatherapy community can get kind of dramatic. So I like the fact that they stay out of that. Another thing I like is that they have samples. I love samples. So I'm going to show you guys some of the samples. This is Lang Lang Extra, which is commonly used in perfumery, natural perfumery, rather than aromatherapy. People who use Lang Lang in aromatherapy usually prefer the complete distillation of Lang Lang. And this is black cumin carrier oil. So this is, you can see there's a large amount here. So this is a 5 milliliter bottle, and you can see how much it is next to there. I'm not sure how much is in here. I would probably guess a couple milliliters. Both of these samples were 75 cents. And this essential oil, there's not a lot in here. There's only 0.3 of a milliliter. So that is very little. However, for the amount I paid, I don't mind. There is another company called Eden's Botanicals, and they also have samples. I have not purchased from them yet. So their samples for the essential oils are usually about $2 to $3, and you get a milliliter. Now, if you do the math and you break it down, Eden's Botanical is a better value. However, with AVAT, because they are cheaper per sample, I can purchase more samples from AVAT than I could for the same amount of money at Eden's Botanicals. And another thing is AVAT has free shipping for $35 or more. With Eden's Botanicals, I would have to spend $49. So while I would like to order from Eden Botanical in the future, right now it just makes more sense for me to be able to try more things at a cheaper price going through AVAT. Another thing that I like about them is that they are transparent. They do have their GCMS test results on their website, and I'm going to be honest, I cannot read GCMS test results. I can't interpret them. However, the fact that they are simply making them available and that they do them is something that I like. They're not hiding them or anything like that. They do have basic information, as I said. Their website is definitely nothing special. They are going to, for their essential oils, give you 3 pieces of information at minimum. They're going to give you the COA, which is the country of origin, where that essential oil came from. They're going to tell you the extraction or distillation distillation process, how that was done, and they're going to tell you whether it's organic or wildcrafted or conventional or whatever. Other than that, don't expect tons of information from the website. Now, another thing, like I did mention that they're wholesale. Anybody can order them from them. If you actually create an account, you go there, it's free. I don't get a kickback, I'm not an affiliate or anything, but create an account, it's free. You will find you have more options available. So if you just go to their website and you're not signed in or you don't have an account and you look at the essential oils, you're going to have choices. You will either get the samples or the milliliter sizes. And all of these, so this is 5 milliliters, it does have an orifice reducer on it, same with the 20 milliliters. The sample size does not have an orifice reducer on it. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So it has that little cardboard thing on there, and then the opening is pretty small. Okay, so it doesn't have an orifice reducer, but I like the fact that it's a screw-off cap. So many of these companies, even Botanical included, they use the perfume ones with the wand, and you do have to be careful with essential oils, especially hot oils like cinnamon. If you do get them on their skin, and I have, speaking from experience, I've gotten cinnamon and masoa bark on my skin, it burns. It does not feel pleasant, and if that happens, don't add water, add a carrier oil and keep on putting a carrier oil on it. Water is probably the worst thing you can use. Some people actually recommend gloves when you are opening any essential oil bottles, just to make sure that it doesn't get on you. I know that essential oils can also take paint off furniture, so you have to be careful about that. So let me talk a little bit about the walnut oil that I got. So I have fractionated coconut oil, and I've talked about this. Coconut oil is such a basic oil. Everybody uses it. The fractionated version never solidifies, even if you keep it in the fridge. So this came from the fridge. Yeah, I don't like coconut oil. I love the smell of regular coconut oil. I want to love coconut oil. It just doesn't work for my hair or skin. It dries my skin out and it makes my hair all stiff. So I was looking for something else, and I decided to try their walnut oil. And on the video, I'm looking at it, and such a difference because it's so much more yellow in person than it is in the video. So I don't know if the lights are just funny or what. But anyways, this oil, it's from the US. Mine is from the US. It says external use only and keep out of the reach of children. It's 16 ounces. And this was about, I think, $7 or $8. They have changed their sourcing. So I'm looking at their website right now, and the walnut oil that they have now is from Italy, and it's expeller-pressed and refined. I'm not sure about this one. This is from the US. It doesn't tell me how it was expressed, whether it's expeller-pressed, cold-pressed, whatever, or it's refined or unrefined. I will say that it has a very, olive oily, it's got a very strong scent to it. Like, I don't really like the scent of it. I got it due to the description because I wanted something else, and they said it was very light. It's a clear, light yellow oil. It's refined, expeller-pressed. And they say the benefits are really good. It can help with glowing and blemish-free skin. I was looking at possibly doing the oil cleansing method and also something to add to my body butters. I do make my own basic body butters for use on myself. And I wanted some cheap filler ingredient. Like coconut oil is super cheap. I didn't really like it, so I decided to get this. It says it's rich in vitamins, omega-3 fatty acid, and a handful of other things, which makes it a great oil to use. I know that some people also cook with olive oil. They do say external use only. It is also a cooking oil. I don't cook with oils. If you're going to be using it to cook with, that's on you. You guys can do your own research. They do also have the fatty acid breakdown. If you follow fatty acids like for formulation or things like that, I don't know much about that at all. I will tell you guys that the shelf life for walnut oil is pretty short. So I'm glad that it was very affordable. I think, like I said, I paid $7 or $8. I probably got it on sale, so it was $7. And it's about 6 to 12 months, depending on how you store it. I store all my oils and essential oils, carrier oils and essential oils in the refrigerator, and that is to extend their shelf life. So there are things that are going to damage your oils, and that's heat, light, and air. So by keeping it in the refrigerator, I keep it away from the light. And this is a clear bottle. It is number 2. It's HDPE, which is a good bottle to be using, a plastic bottle to be using for carrier oils. It is all dented, as you guys can see. It's got dented when it came here. That's just the way it was. It was wrapped up in bubble wrap, and it had like tape on the top to make sure it didn't move. when it came to me. Air is going to be getting in the bottle. As you can see, this is about halfway done, almost halfway done, so the air is going to interact with here. And it's probably nearing the end of its shelf life. I wish I had written when I purchased it on here, because I know I purchased it sometime at the end of 2017, but I'm not exactly sure of the exact date. So I'm not sure if I would actually get this again. Like I said, it does have a very strong oily scent to it. And I have not used it as much as I have wanted to. I've mainly added it just to my body butters, and the body butters that I make have unrefined cocoa butter and shea butter in it, so those kind of block out the chocolatey scent, and the shea butter, the distinct shea butter scent, it kind of blocks this out. I would like to try this for oil cleansing. And see how that works for me. So I've told you guys a little bit about AVAT, the company, some basic information about the about walnut oil. I forgot to tell you the comedogenic rating is about 1 to 2. I know that comedogenic ratings are kind of controversial. They tested on rabbits to see if, on their ears, to see if they have any reaction. And I'm going to link below. You guys can check it out. A lot of people say the comedogenic ratings just aren't as reliable as they should be. So I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever purchased anything from AVAT, or have you actually heard of them? Like, I know they're not a company that comes up in internet searches, and if you have, let me know what you bought from them and what you think of it. I love hearing from you guys, so make sure you guys leave a comment below. Like this video and give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. I'll see you guys later.